Now he later goes on, if you follow the story, he later goes on, he says, those who give their life to Christ will be even greater than who? Than John the Baptist. Those who give their life to Christ through John the Baptist's preaching and Jesus' preaching will be even greater than John the Baptist. Did you know you can be even greater than John the Baptist? By simply giving your heart to the Lord? And so, the story is a real interesting story. You see, when John the Baptist arrived on the scene, it had been 400 years since Israel had heard the voice of a prophet. 400 years since they had heard the voice of a prophet, a living prophet. How many generations is 400 years? Yeah, you could get 10, yeah. If you say a generation, if you divide 400 by what? 30 or 40? You know, how many generations is in 400 years? And people in John the Baptist's day, by now, 400 years since the living prophet, they didn't know how to handle a living prophet. They didn't know what to do with this strange guy. Nobody wanted him in their front room. That strange guy could just stay out in the wilderness where he is. Because a prophetic voice is usually an embarrassment. A prophetic voice is usually an embarrassment. It is rarely welcomed within the walls of the establishment. So John stayed in the desert. He operated in the desert of Judea. And he became even tougher and more bizarre than he had been to start with. You remember who John the Baptist's father was? He was Zacharias, and what was his occupation? A priest. And so just think, John the Baptist, as a young child growing up and as a teenager, what was he witnessing? What did he see? If tradition had itself, he could have stayed and accepted the mantle given to him and become what? A priest himself. But what do you suppose he saw as he grew up in that church that had not seen the living prophet for 400 years? What do you think he saw? Tradition. He saw unspiritual, power-hungry, egocentric leaders of the church. And his father was an exception to the rule.